got the best handler in the game in Tremont Waters.
They're going to try to keep the ball away from him.
They give it to Skylar Mays. All the way to the rack. Tipped in. Is it good?
He tipped it in.
They call it good. They will look at it, but they call it good.
They got to look at it. They got to look at this. They got to look at it. It was close, Carl. It was very close.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. I'm Tommy Chrysan along with Jordy Hultberg. Jordy, I just heard the question in the audience. Was that goaltending?
No, because they didn't call it goaltending. They counted it. Kentucky, welcome to the New Orleans Saints. It's a non-reviewable call. It is what it is. As Will Wade said, when they lost the game to Arkansas, one play does not make or break a game. Just a tremendous basketball game. Two very, very good teams. And I said beforehand, this was a game that was, we know LSU's a good team. But when you step on that court in front of those people and you can win a game like that, that means, to me, you can play anyone, anywhere, and be competitive.
Well, we got a couple of stories I want to get to. Let's start with Sean Woods, the head basketball coach, men's team at Southern University. He's here at Scoreboards tonight. They just wrapped up the overtime show with Roman Banks. He played basketball for the Kentucky Wildcats and in one of the greatest games ever, the Christian Laettner shot.
Yeah.
He's in the house. Everybody's asking him right now.
He's a Kentucky guy. You know what he's going to say. But look, when you slow motion it, Kentucky's defenders have their arms through the rim with the net, which is basket interference.
Okay.
It's such a bang-bang call. One angle of the shot showed the ball. It looked like it was still in the cylinder. Another angle, it looked like it was off the rim. Whatever it is, LSU wins 73-71, 10-1 in the league.
It's kind of like the NOLA no call. It's not going to change.
No.
Right? It's in the history books forever. Speaking of the history books, I want to go back do I say how many years? I want to go back to 1980, which is the last time LSU basketball went on the road and beat a top 5 team. Yes, the gentleman on my left had 10 points the night Dale Brown's Tigers went into Rupp Arena.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
Beat Kyle Macy and company.
Doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a 65-60 game. There was no shot clock. There was no three-point line. And just like that game, last night or Tuesday night, those baskets were hard to come by. There was defense all over the place, great athletes all over the place. Maybe, Kentucky normally has that one or two guys that's going to be a first-round draft pick, a high draft pick. Maybe they don't have that. P.J. Washington, maybe, but that's still a really good team that's well coached. Buckets are hard to come by. And the fact that LSU was down by 9 points on 4 different occasions in the second half, boy, it says a lot. They're never out of it. They never quit.
I want to elaborate on something you said a few moments ago when you said, hey, if you can go into Rupp Arena, number 2 team in the country, it's Kentucky, blah, 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 and win that game, it matches what Coach Wade, who we'll hear from in a little bit, said after the game. This proves they have what it takes. Would you agree?
Oh, they've got that. They've got those intangibles that every coach hopes and prays for. You've got a collection of really talented players who have bought in, and they don't care who scores, who doesn't. One night it's Trey Waters. One night it's Skylar Mays. How good was Emmett Williams? With 12 points in 19 minutes and 6 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. So it doesn't matter who's getting it, but collectively they get it done. And that is what every coach hopes and prays for. Balance, unselfishness, tough. They get after it defensively, and they have improved dramatically from the start of this season to now. And there is a belief and there is a camaraderie there. It's a dangerous basketball team.
One thing I noticed, and you got the better basketball eye than myself, but even when they were down 9, they appeared to remain
panic.
focused.
No panic.
They realized it's like they still knew the task at hand. You know, because you go down 9 in Rupp Arena, which you've been there, done that.
I've been down 30 before.
Well, but that 9 can turn into 15 or 16 in a hurry.
In a heartbeat.
So to just say, hey, okay, there's lots of time left, lots of possessions left. Let's keep playing basketball. I mean, that's what this team did. And I don't care about the tip-in or the goaltending or not. It's a 73-71 LSU victory. Has been, will be. We're looking at some of the highlights now on the screen, and it's just is this signature win for Will Wade?
Oh, it's the best win of his young coaching career. There's no question about that. And I've said this before, and people may not agree or may not like to hear it. John Calipari's not going to be there forever. And Will Wade's only 35. If he keeps this thing going, I promise you, those people in the Bluegrass State were watching, and Wade's on their radar.
Well, let me ask you this question. I got a text last night after the game, a couple of people texting in, you know, what a win, big win, whatever. Somebody said, LSU better get ready. They're going to have to pay Will Wade.
Well, let's see how the season ends.
There's more ground to cover
a lot
yet.
of basketball left. He's done a tremendous job. I spoke to him this morning. He was hopping on a plane going to recruit again. So he has his radio show. He's going to be calling by phone because he's out there. He never stops. Never stops. I talked to Tasman Michelade, who was he's on the coaching staff. He was on the team, the last team to win at Rupp Arena 10 years ago. Said, tell me what that was like. Well, the locker room was great. And Coach Wade said, look, guys, it's all about you. You did it. You listened. You got it done. On the plane flying home, he's got his laptop. He's looking at Georgia film. Never stops.
All right, that was my next question for you. Georgia Bulldogs are not having a good year.
No.
LSU goes into Athens for a Saturday 5 o'clock game. You know, can they turn the page on the big win against Kentucky? Can't slip up against Georgia. I mean, again, Georgia's not having a good year. It's a game that, even though it's on the road, LSU should win. So you played for Dale Brown. You coached with Dale Brown. You saw the up, and then how do you guard against laying an egg against a team you should beat?
Well, I was part of a group that went 17-0 in the league at one point in time. 17-0. We played everybody twice, round robin. They had that focus on their back with every opponent, and that just comes from your leadership. That comes from this team just continuing to focus on the task at hand. Take every day significantly, study every game plan that the coaches come out, because the coaches are not going to let up. They're going to drive them, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and when it's time to tip it off, take care of your business. And if you do that, if you get ahead of Georgia early, the game will be over.
I think some of the most profound comments you just made is he's looking at Georgia film on the way flying back from Lexington, and today he's on an airplane recruiting and calling into his radio gig via the phone.
He's in a high school gym. He's probably gone outside to make the phone call to honor his obligation. Then he's going back in the gym, and he's wearing that LSU, and people are going, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is so, I've said this before, it is so great being a former player and talking to former players that I played with and have been through the years in the program. It is so enjoyable and refreshing to see LSU basketball relevant again. It's about time.
And I'm going to make a guess here that your coach, Dale Brown, when he was a young guy at LSU, he worked just as hard as what Will Wade's doing now. He didn't have a laptop on the flight home, but I bet Coach Brown was relentless as he built the program, okay? Yeah. And so that, would you agree there's a parallel? I mean, again, Coach Brown didn't have a laptop on the plane flight, but he never stopped recruiting, coaching, getting better, and that's what Will Wade is.
They are creatures of habit. That's all they know. That's all they do, and they have a relentlessness about them that fatigue never even enters into play. And they understand that it's not about what you're doing now. You gotta keep planning. You gotta keep driving, because it's all about talent. You gotta go get talent if you're going to compete and win at the level that LSU is right now.
Let's take a look at what's coming up for LSU basketball. As we mentioned, they hit the road to play the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday. 5 o'clock tip on the SEC Network. You'll be able to check that one out. Then they got 3 in a row at home. 3 in a row at home. That'll be really big, including Tennessee coming to town. So Tiger fans, you need to get out like when Jordy played. Fill the Pete Maravich Assembly Center up. We do know that the Tigers were ranked 19th prior to this week's start.
Moving on up.
If they beat Georgia on top of the Kentucky victory, and they'd both be on the road, obviously, you're looking at 10, 11, 12.
We spoke last week about this. As soon as the game was over, I called my bracketologist, Shelby Mass, with USA Today. I said, all right, well, where do you have them now? He said they're a 3 seed right now. So they started off way down at 11. They keep climbing up and up and up. And Kentucky has Tennessee coming into town Saturday. Very important game for the Wildcats, setting up what could be a monumental matchup if Tennessee keeps rolling and LSU keeps rolling. Wow.
All right, before we go to break, I want to tell you about Scoreboards. Scoreboard Sports Grill and Catering on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest. Crawfish available Thursday night.
Really?
Check social
Crawfish?
media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They're open Tuesday through Sunday at 11 a.m. Happy hours Tuesday through Friday from 4 to 7. They're family-friendly, kids menu, the bread pudding for dessert. They've got other desserts, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp, the boiled crawfish, the steak night that's coming. You got to connect on social media, or better yet, just stop by. Staff's ready to greet you at Scoreboard Sports Grill and Catering, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make that connection. Give them a call, whatever you got to do. We're here. You got 5 shows a week. Had Chase Tyler on the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame show this week, one of the top talented musicians around. He was in here playing music with Mike Shepard on Good Rockin' Tonight. Of course, Roger Cador, Sports Update with Kate. Had Brandon Taylor, former Tiger player who wore number 18. Overtime with Roman Banks, and then, of course, Tigers Roar. So lots happening. Connect on social media. We'll take a break. When we come back, a little more LSU basketball, including Will Wade's comments after the game. With Jordy Hultberg, I'm Tommy Christ saying, Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
Going golfing. Ooh. Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Look up to the skies, guys, it's Debbie Traylor of Debbie's Bottle. I'm back. We're bringing Debbie's to you. Prom, pageant, Mardi Gras, and formals. One time only this weekend in Gonzales, February 16th and 17th at the La Quinta Inn on South Cabela's Parkway. Standing room only. Check our website, debbiesbottle.net, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Or call Debbie's Bottle for more information.
Continue with Tigers Roar here at Scoreboard Sports Grill and Catering, Baton Rouge, Coursey Boulevard, right next door to Anton's Fine Jewelers, between Airline and Sherwood Forest. Back to Will Wade, Jordy. Here's a guy's second year at LSU, and he has got national attention, local attention. I mean, he's pushing all the right buttons right now.
Well, he makes good adjustments. He made the adjustment at halftime. They were getting beat off these little curls into the lane, and Kentucky was getting a little floaters uncontested. Made a defensive adjustment, bumped them off their spots a little bit. That went away. Instead of shooting 52% in the second half like Kentucky did in the first, LSU held them to 37%. You do that. You don't turn the ball over. You hit 9 of 10 free throws in the second half. That's what gets LSU back in the game. That's what gets LSU the win. He makes all the right moves. They bought in. They play hard for him. He's doing a job.
All right, now we had to borrow the post-game comments from the Big Blue Network. They had a great feed, and that's okay because Kentucky lost, right? We can borrow their stuff. We gave them credit. You'll see the bug on the screen. Here's Tiger basketball coach Will Wade after the big win in Lexington.
Obviously a great win for us. I thought second half we played a lot better. I didn't think we were ourselves or very aggressive in the first half. I thought we were on our heels. And second half we were able to guard them and get our game plan into the game a little bit, drive it into paint, get fouled, kind of do what we do or what we've been doing to win. I thought the first half Kentucky controlled that a lot more. So we were obviously fortunate at the end. The ball goes off the rim and we make a play there at the end. It's just a good team win for us. I was proud of our guys. We hung in there. We've been getting down double digits, but we only got down 8 tonight or 9. So we were able to kind of hang tight and pull out a good win. Jerry.
Well, what do you think your team has that deficits don't discourage them?
Well, he's got some fiber. I thought in the first half, I told our guys at halftime, we had to be ourselves. We weren't ourselves, and I thought we just kind of stuck with what we did, and we're able to slowly be more of ourselves in the second half. But our guys believe. They know we got a good thing if we just stick to our game plan and stick to what we do, and we're able to do that.
What was the game plan defensively? How well do you think your guys executed?
Yeah, we did a better job in the second half. We were chasing those curl cuts in the first half, and Johnson and Hero were just killing us, tight curling it in there and hitting all sorts of shots in the paint. So really, we were supposed to mix it up, but we didn't mix it up very well in the first half. So the second half, we said we're just going to shoot the gaps on all of them, at least make them bump it and make the passes a little bit longer and make them not curl in the lane and shoot layups at the front of the rim. So we adjusted a little bit there. We played a different ball screen coverage than we had played most of the year just because of Hagen's. It kind of threw us off in the first half as much as Quickly played. We weren't able to get our game plan in because Quickly ended up playing quite a bit more in the first half. I believe we only played 4 minutes in the second half, which helped us kind of keep our game plan in the game. We were able to help on those monsters down there with Trey and have a little bit better help.
Well, can you explain when they review on that final play and the fans see the ball in the cylinder, if that's reviewable?
I think, I don't know the rules specifically, I think the only thing that's reviewable is the clock. I don't think the actual plays, somebody out here probably knows better than I do, but I don't think the actual play is reviewable. I think the clock is, the play that they call is what stands. I think the clock is what's reviewable. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
Of all of the comebacks you've had this year, where does this one rank, especially with the way that locker room sounds?
Well, it was high up there. The escape job at Missouri was good, but to come on the road and be the top 5 team like this and in this type of environment was just phenomenal for us. You know, we knew we had a good team, and we wanted to prove it to ourselves in this type of environment. And I think we were able to do that tonight.
Will, did you guys foul Johnson intentionally with 6 seconds to go?
No, goodness no. Goodness no, we didn't foul him intentionally.
Then what was the plan after he made the free throw?
Well, we just wanted to jet the ball up the court. That's why we play with 2 point guards. We knew they were going to take Tremont out, and Skyler loves to drive it left, so we got Skyler going up the left side of the court where he loves to drive it. And at that point, we had plenty of time, just wanted to get the ball on the rim, and we got the ball on the rim and we were able to tip it in.
Well, now that you've come in and gotten this phenomenal win, how does that change the expectations for your team for the postseason?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We hadn't had time to digest all that, but we think we've got a very, very good team. I think we're able to prove that tonight. We've grown as the season's gone along. You know, just like Kentucky has, they've got an excellent team, and we've gotten better. And I think tonight kind of confirmed that for a lot of folks.
Well, I know Tremont, I don't think he shot well, but how well do you think he played the game on the floor?
I think he played well. You know, he didn't shoot it as well as he typically did. He had a couple of those threes go 3/4 of the way down and out. I know they look like tough shots, but he usually makes those. But we were able to, withstand it. I thought our guards didn't shoot it that great, but I thought Emmett Williams gave us huge minutes. I thought Cavell Bigby-Williams played great. Nas came on there in the second half. Rick Marlin kept us in it in the first half. They didn't guard Marlin, which was a little bit different. They had Johnson kind of sagging off in the lane on Marlin. I thought we were able to adjust, and our guys were aggressive, and we made enough plays. Skyler did a good job driving the ball.
Wait.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Y'all were down, for what feels like the umpteenth time at halftime, but what did you tell them so they could do their cardiac hits thing yet again?
Well, this wasn't quite as cardiac as usual for us, but we just had to stay with what we were doing. In the first half we were down 8, and Reed Travis hit a 3 at the top of the key, and so we just kind of had to stick with what we were doing. And we did that in the second half, and he missed one at the top of the key. So we just had to stick with what we do and let the numbers kind of play themselves back out. Just leave the mic with Jerry.
I promise. Kentucky hardly ever loses at home. How do you prepare your team for what seems like, almost insurmountable thing?
But we didn't talk about that. We just talked about our team this year playing Kentucky's team this year, and what a great opportunity we had. We weren't going to run from anything. We were going to run to it. And you can't play scared. You can't play tentative. That's what I was probably most frustrated with in the first half. I thought we were a little too tentative. And we had a great game plan. My assistants had us prepared. Our guys believed we had a really good way about us. We had a very good shoot around today. We had a good practice yesterday. I tell our guys all the time, in these situations, we want to be aggressive, confident, and loose. And I thought we were aggressive. I thought we were confident, and I thought we were loose.
Well, give us a little bit the way you spread the court and attack certain guys you were going after. How does that kind of look?
Yeah, we were trying to put certain guys in ball screen and manipulate the matchups a little bit with what we were doing. Made it a little bit harder because we had to play, 22 and 0 for us are kind of our stretch fours. The other guys who can make threes, but we had to play a lot of the second half with 24 who can make a 3, but that's not his forte, and 11. And so it changed our matchups a little bit because we couldn't spread the court as much. But we were able to get downhill and draw some fouls. And Emmett did a great job. Even though he couldn't make shots, he did a great job of crashing the offensive glass from the perimeter and making things happen for us. So we kind of had to recalculate a little bit there.
So, Jordy, as we said, now it's off to Georgia for a Saturday 5 p.m. Louisiana time tip. Then it's 3 in a row at home. Florida, Tennessee, Texas A&M.
Well, everything's out there for you. Everything's out there for the taking, and you just got to, again, focus in on the task at hand. Take care of your bodies, take care of your mind, and get ready to play when it counts. That's all you can do. The coaches will put them in the right position. They'll come up with the right game plan. They always do. It's a very good staff. Now the players just have to stay focused. Keep doing what has brought you to the dance so far. Keep playing together. Play hard. Play smart. Don't worry about who gets the numbers. Everybody's going to get numbers, and everybody's going to win.
Again, worry about yourself, but I'd like to point out, Tennessee and Kentucky have to play each other twice, the way the schedule maps out. they've still got to compete twice, including this weekend. So
there's a lot of landmines out there. I mean, there really
Georgia
are.
could be
And
a
look,
landmine.
Look, we've seen LSU fall behind in a lot of games, and you can't continue to live that type of life. It's going to catch up with you. But hey, enjoy the win. It doesn't happen very often. John Calipari was like 163-8 in his tenure at Kentucky at Rupp Arena. They don't lose there. They just don't. So that was a significant win, and I speak on behalf of all the former players. Man, we're ecstatic. So congratulations, Coach, to your staff and your players. That was outstanding, and let's pack Peach Palace from here on out.
And if they beat Georgia Saturday, which they should, they could be 10, 11, 12 in the polls next week.
Easily.
9,
Easily.
8, 9?
Well, we'll see. Depends on
in that
some
ballpark,
other
right?
teams. But look, everything's right. Their net is good. Their RPI, everything is strength of schedule. It's all right there. That Houston loss, really good loss. Florida State loss, really good loss. UNC Greensboro win, really good win. So Will Wade talked about scheduling right. He's pulled all the right strings so far. Stay healthy, and don't let Tremont Waters get in foul trouble, because that cat is something with the ball in his hands.
Oh, he is that. All right, still to come on tonight's edition of Tigers Roar. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Not a lot of football stuff happening, but they're looking at 2020, looking at 2021. Spring practice will start Thursday, March 7th. Spring game will be Saturday, April 6th in Tiger Stadium. We still got some baseball, some gymnastics, some softball for you. As baseball, how about the yard? An answer to the shoot at Tiger Stadium, the yard.
Baseball, hot dogs, beer, the box. I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, yes, the yard will be popping. You take it yard, right? So left field, outfield, right field, outfield. That's where it's going to be.
You'll be able to get beer and wine, watch the game. You must consume it in there. They're going to stop serving at the end of the 7th inning. The yard coming to Alec Box Stadium,
awesome.
Skip Bertman Field.
Look, I've got to give LSU a lot of credit. They are doing everything they can creatively to make it more fan-friendly, because it's all about putting derrieres in the seats. That's what it's all about, and they are coming up with every type of thing you can imagine. Their marketing department right there, top shelf. So kudos to LSU. I love the idea. I think it's terrific, and let's see how it works.
I'll tell you, they are tearing up that bread pudding.
Oh my gosh,
idea,
it's
man.
gone. It's
like
pecan.
on every table. Gone pecan.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, come back. Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, will join us. He's Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Krysan from Scoreboards, where they got bull crawfish Thursday night.
It's here.
Connect on
Love
social media. I've seen some people eating crawfish tonight, a little sneak surprise thing there.
Big ones,
bull
too.
Crawfish. Oh,
Big
yeah.
ones.
And what's this? This is February, huh?
I'm telling you.
You
gotta love it.
It's happening at Scoreboards. Family friendly. Kids are always invited. TVs everywhere. Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. We're back after this pause. Stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, Hardy Planker siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
We're going to move Mike Scarborough to another segment.
Maybe to another day.
Maybe.
Mike's busy.
But
he's relaxing. He's on the beach. Recruiting is over.
Baseball's about to
beginning.
get busy.
Yes, indeed.
All the Division I schools all around the state, all around the country, all begin this Friday night. There's some free baseball at the box between Army, Air Force, Louisiana Monroe. Southern Jaguars will play Air Force Monday at 2 o'clock out at the box. Air Force needed a game. Southern needed a game. They'll do that
playing
Monday.
at LSU.
Yeah, and when LSU's not playing, you can go watch some free, very good college baseball, military weekend with Army and Air Force. Yep. Paul Mainieri, very excited about this season. On paper, it looks good, but there's a 56-game schedule and a tough SEC to, we always talk about SEC is the toughest football conference in America. It's the toughest baseball conference in America. And that it means we respect the ACC and the other conferences that are very good, but the SEC is the best in baseball. Paul Mainieri is excited. His 13th year at LSU.
And he gave me a hint, Zach Hess is going to start on Friday. After that, he may bring some people along a little bit slower. He's very high on Landon Marceau, the kid from Destrehan. Right. He's going to start on Saturday. May have another freshman starting on Sunday, and bring Eric Walker along a little bit slower down the road. But they've got a lot of great position players. Everybody's got them either number one or number two. And Paul says he likes that because It makes his guy, puts a little bit pressure on his players, makes them focus and concentrate because he says, hey, everybody thinks y'all are going to be good, so let's prove it.
Well, and again, you got to defer to Paul Mainieri's 37th year as a coach, 13th at LSU. And what caught me at Media Day, Jordy, he's won 29 championships at LSU. If you count division titles, regional, super regional, SEC tournament, SEC regular season, the guy has won.
He knows
now.
what it takes.
But he'll be the first to tell you he'd like another national championship. He's got one, and it's been a little while. He'd like to put another one up on that intimidator in right field.
They're getting a little restless about that, and if not now, when? But he's got everything. He's got a solid outfield. He's got Josh Smith back. If the catching situation works its way out, that he believes it will, if those arms can stay healthy and develop, he's got a great fielding team. We'll see what happens. It all gets underway like 7 o'clock Friday night. The ULM Warhawks come to town, and let's get it going.
Speaking of the outfield, we've got Duplantis, Cabrera, and Watson. They'll start, let's see, Duplantis in right, Cabrera in left, Watson in center. I did that out of order, but
There you go.
you get the point. We've got some comments from them talking about this baseball team, this upcoming season, and the LSU baseball program under Paul Mainieri. Here's some comments from the Tiger outfield.
They're a joke. You're like 6th best athlete in your family. I mean, you're not that low.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I chose baseball, I guess, because you don't have to be an athlete to hit a baseball.
How excited? Well, what's your reaction when you're number 1 in the country?
It's great. I mean, kind of like Coach told us. He likes being ranked number 1 preseason. It gets everyone excited. It builds all these young guys' confidence. It's kind of like, wow, we really are something special. It's not just because when you get to college, it's kind of hard to tell. You haven't played any other team. You don't know how good other people are. So I think it gives them a good sense of, we really are surrounded by a bunch of talented guys. And I've kind of seen how it's changed everybody's attitude. And it seems like everybody's working harder and everybody's confident and ready to go.
Coach said after today he doesn't want you guys talking about Omaha and national championship. It's just the day-to-day process. Is that the way you guys look at it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how we look at it every season. That's what he tells us going into Friday night of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. Our main goal is to not get swept. We're just focusing on that Friday game. Once we win that game, then we move on to the next one. So, I think that's what we did a really good job of last year in the SEC tournament, and we ended up in the championship. So I think taking it day by day is a really good approach.
What was your biggest reason for coming back this season?
I just felt like that the situation wasn't good enough for me to miss out on another opportunity to win a national championship and finish my career at LSU and have no regrets about my decision or my career. So.
Now you've been asked this 5 times already, but what's your reaction to potentially becoming an SEC hits leader if you have another even okay season?
I think it had to be better than okay because 85 hits is not far off of what I usually get. So.
Just compare what you do.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to take a season's worth of work. So it'd be an unbelievable honor if I ended up accomplishing that goal. If not, then I hope our team has a lot of success, and I hope we're in Omaha. So.
Do you see any similarities in this team and what 2 years ago? I mean, you were kind of a young vet even then, back playing almost your whole freshman year. Are there any similarities between these 2 teams?
Oh yeah, I definitely believe so because I remember that 2016 season. We had a pretty good season. We ended up being a national seed, but it wasn't up to the LSU baseball standard. We didn't go to Omaha, and we didn't really have that. We didn't really win an SEC championship. Didn't win an SEC tournament. Like nothing like too great. But that next year, we pretty much had the same people, just a year older. So I feel like that's a lot like this year. We have Daniel. He has a year under his belt. Hess has a year under his belt as a starter. Josh Smith has a year under his belt. And Eric Walker, so I do see a lot of similarities in those 2 teams.
How does Josh look now he's back?
Yeah, he looks, even better than I could have imagined. I think he's done a tremendous job at shortstop. He's made that transition really nicely, and he's swinging the bat like he always does.
Eric Walker, his pitching, how is it looking?
It looks great. Just like Josh. I mean, it doesn't seem like they missed a beat. Doesn't seem like they even, took off a year. So. He looks great. I'm excited to see, what he has in store this year.
everybody wants to make a lot about this freshman recruiting class and the pitching staff in particular, but I mean, some of the outfielders, like Giovanni, can you just talk about, what you've seen from him as a freshman and adjusting to that?
Yeah, he when he first got here, it felt like he was kind of a little bit behind everybody with the bat, but he's worked super hard with Ochinko, and he's starting to become a complete player. And I think he might be the fastest guy on the team. He can really roll out there. So I think he's going to end up, if he doesn't get as much playing time as I guess he'd hope this year, he'll end up being a really good player throughout his career.
Daniel was telling me he squeaked by you in the race last fall. What do you think? Between him and Watson, who do you think will win?
I don't know. Watson thinks it would be him, but I don't know. Gio's pretty fast, so there's always different types of speed too. Like we ran like a 100-yard race, so 30 yards to first base and 100 yards is a lot different. So I mean, I think we all bring our own little thing to the table. But
did you ever see Drew Bianco wearing Ole Miss?
No, I have not actually. We would not allow that.
I heard early on he was, and then.
Maybe he was. I didn't notice.
Page is something else. So.
I mean, we should be in the Super Bowl, and the Saints. It should be the two best quarterbacks of all time, but maybe we'll have to wait till next year for that.
Yeah, time's running out.
It is, and it is. Hopefully, he's got a few more years in him.
Yeah. So, did you take time to reflect back and say, man, I was a freshman last year. I led the team in home runs and RBI and almost batting average and all those things, or do you feel like you just going to be better?
I didn't really look at that. I just try to look on like what I can improve on for this year coming up. But I just think we got a really good team, and we got to get better every day.
Yeah, not to slight last year's team. You did some good things, but I mean, how much better do you think this team can be this year?
I think we got a lot of pitching, and we got a lot of new young guys, and if we stay focused, I think we have a special team.
What's your reaction when you're a preseason number one?
I like it, honestly. It shows us that how good we can be and how good we are, but we can't let that get to us. We gotta work every day and get better and better.
Can you speak to now going through it one time, 56 games, and the fact that
it's a grind? It's a grind, but it's a fun grind with the best fans in the country. But it's a grind, and the new guys, they'll see it's a grind, and they'll have fun though.
Coach has got you in the 4-hole. What does that mean to you?
I like it. I want to drive in RBIs and try to help the team win as much as I can.
And Zach told us not to tell you this, but I'm going to anyways. He said that you have Greg Dykman power.
Oh, I don't know about that. Greg had a lot of power. I don't think I can hit it over the Intimidator yet, but hopefully one day I can.
Is it a goal for you?
Yeah, I would want to one day. That's pretty cool. Hit one over that thing.
Gotta get the knee on bat. Maybe then you can get that.
Yeah, right now I'm rocking the gray and purple bat right now, but you never know. Maybe in the future if they let us customize them, we will.
What difference can Josh Smith be being back?
Oh, he can help us out in so many ways. He can shortstop. He's a vacuum. He's really good on bases. He's probably the big time leader on the team. He can change the game anytime when he's at the plate. He's gonna help the team out a lot.
Drew Bianco.
Yeah.
Have you seen Drew wear Ole Miss stuff?
I did, but we made sure he wouldn't wear that no more. We just gave him a hard time, but we know his dad's the coach there, and his dad was a legend here, but I'm hoping he can have a career like that. That would be pretty cool.
What are some, you said we got a lot of young guys. Can you maybe name a couple that you think are going to make an immediate impact?
Yeah, honestly, any of the freshman hitters can. The ones that probably stick out is Drew, Cade, CJ, and Gavin. And for pitchers, you got Cole Henry, you got Landon Marceau, you got who else? We got Chase Costello, Jaden Hill. All the freshmen, they can step in at any time and help us out. But we got a really good freshman class. They came in prepared and ready to go.
How's Eric Walker looking?
He's looking good. He's looking like the old Eric Walker, and I'm excited to see him back.
Kind of working the other way. I was pitched a lot different last year with the curveballs. So, I mean, I'm really trying to work on that with the scrimmages this fall. So, I mean, it's being down in the cage, hitting off the curveball machine. So, really adjusting to that, laying off the bad ones, and hopefully hit the good curveballs. But, I mean, if a pitcher's throwing a good curveball, it's hard to hit.
We've got a couple freshmen in the starting lineup. What's it like to be a leader to those guys?
Oh, I mean, it's great. But I mean, you always have to warn the freshmen of the crowd. The crowd's always going to be loud. They're always going to be cheering you on. But then again, if you do something wrong, they could be hating you for a little bit, but they're going to get over it, and they're still going to love you. So, I mean, really just keeping their head in the game, even through the hard times, is the most important.
Being a preseason number 1 and number 2, I guess a guy like you who's been through this marathon grind twice, you probably realize that preseason rankings don't mean a whole lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, they don't mean anything. I mean, you still got to go out there. You still got to play the best baseball you can. But having that number 1 preseason rank it's encouraging. You feel like you have to go out there and work harder. You have to go out there and do your best so you can keep that number 1. I mean, everybody wants to be number 1 when it comes to the end. So why not try to stay number 1 the whole year and come out number 1? That'd be the best thing. But I mean, it's not going to happen. I don't think it ever has happened, but it might have. But I mean, we just got to go out there and take it as we are, number 1. We got to play like we're number 1, and I feel like the outcome will be better than if you don't play like that.
No slide on last year's team because you guys did some good things, but how much better do you think this year's team can be? Taking a look around.
Oh, I mean, our recruiting class is a lot better. We've got a lot of pitchers that came in this year, and I mean, every single one of them I've seen good things on. And so, I mean, Jaden Hill and Landon are some great pitchers. Cole is a great pitcher. So I'm really looking forward to our pitching staff and the defense. So I feel like our pitching's better. We've got big depth in our pitching staff and everything.
It's the kid from Ruston, is it CJ Willis?
Yeah, CJ.
He said there's no way he can keep up with you in a race. He admitted that. You're a lot faster than him. What kind of player is he?
I mean, he hits for power. I mean, I've known him as a catcher, and when we played in high school, he actually threw me out twice in a game. So I was like, bro, you're the only one that threw me out. How? He's like, well, every single person knew you were stealing. So, I mean, he's a great player. He's got a great arm. I mean, he suffered a little injury, but I mean, he's a great player. He's a hard worker. He loves the game, and I'm ready to see what he brings to the table this year.
What was the biggest thing that led to you coming back for this season?
I mean, I was a sophomore. I got the opportunity to play USA baseball with a couple of guys on the team. I mean, it was a hard pass on the draft. It was a hard pass on coming back to LSU. So, I mean, I thought it was like a win-win. I mean, I could do either one and be happy. But, I mean, just coming back and playing for LSU baseball, having all these fans cheering me on, it's something that you really don't want to leave. I mean, the fans are amazing. So, I mean, coming back with Twan and Hess is a big thing to me, and I hope we make it far.
How excited are you to have Josh Smith back and healthy?
Oh, I mean, it makes me happy. I mean, Josh Smith and Eric Walker coming back, it feels like we got 5 people coming back, not just 3. So, I mean, Josh Smith's going to be a big role. I mean, he's a great shortstop, and he also swings a very good bat.
Cabrera, as a freshman, we saw what he could do. I mean, how much better do you think he can be before he's done here?
Oh, I mean, his freshman year was outstanding, but I also think he's got more in the tank in him. I think he hit a couple home runs last year, but I feel like he's got the Greg Dykman power. But, I mean, don't tell him that because then he's going to try for it. But I think he does. I think he's a great hitter. He's got great control at the plate, and he's got a great arm from the outfield.
We continue with Tigers Draw. LSU plays at 7-2-3 this weekend. 7-2-3. There's games when LSU's not playing, and that's free admission if you want to get out to the box, watch some college baseball.
Seriously.
You see it. You got ULM at 2 o'clock on Friday. Saturday, Army at 2 o'clock. Sunday, 3 o'clock, Air Force. And keep in mind, Southern will play Air Force 2 o'clock Monday at the box, free admission.
Do people drink wine at baseball games? No,
I thought that was a little odd.
A little beer,
a little peanuts,
popcorn, hot
popcorn.
dogs. Oh, yeah, got to have the peanuts.
Something like that.
They don't have peanuts at the basketball games.
And again, we'll tell you about the
They don't want
yard.
to throw it. People would throw things. That's why they do it.
The yard in the right field corner and the left field corner. You got to pay to get in there, and you get a couple of beverages. You can buy more. You can go to either one once you have the wristband. You can be in left field, go see your friends in right field, but you can't bring the beverages back into your seat.
Can't do that.
You got to stay in the yard like you had to stay in the chute at football
Now
stadium.
you know some people are going to get creative.
Oh, they've already got a plan. They already got a plan.
You know that.
But I never heard anything bad about the chute.
No.
I mean,
Kind of
I'm
grew
assuming
and
it
grew
went.
and grew. And look, if they win, the people will come. And they will spend their money, and they will do that. And baseball will be fine.
Yeah,
Great
so,
idea, LSU. Great idea.
So they're keeping up with it out there at Alec Box Stadium, Skip Bertman Field. One other thing that's happening out there, they're building a new hitting facility in that right field corner. And how about this recruiting tool? They're putting a locker room in for pro ball players, either major league or minor league level, for when they come back to work out at LSU, they got their own spot. How about, like, I'm recruiting you, and I'm like, yeah, well, Jordy, I want you to come. Oh, that locker room? That's for all the pro athletes when they come back to town.
You can come here eventually, but how about, you think Paul hit Aaron Nola up? Just signed a 4-year, $45 million guaranteed extension? Not bad.
All $45 million guaranteed. That's the way it works in baseball. You sign it, you get every dollar in the contract.
I'm at an LSU football game last season in an RV, and here comes Aaron Nola. Hey, Matt Jordan, can I use your bathroom? Heck yeah. If he comes back next season, charging. There's a fee.
All right. We've been able to connect with Mike Scarborough. We're going to take a break, come back, see if anything's happening with LSU football recruiting. Of course, at TigerBait.com, they're all over basketball, all over baseball, recruiting. We'll get him to tell you all about that. We're at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Sherwood and Airline. Boiled crawfish Thursday night, the boiled snow crabs, the shrimp, the bread pudding. Family friendly, kid friendly. Open Tuesday through Sunday from at 11 a.m. And then, of course, you got the snow crabs, the shrimp. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The happy hour Tuesday through Friday from 4 to 7. Always got some specials going on. The staff's ready to greet you. And as always, as Roman Banks says, you got to get the bread pudding when you come to Scoreboard. He's giving us the fist right now. We'll take a break, come back. Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Spreading the roar with Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Stay with us.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Oh, great party. Oh, thanks for coming, guys. Better get that car warmed up.
I'm on it.
I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too. Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine. Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Kreis, and we're now joined Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Mike, good evening. How are you?
Hey, good to be with you.
What's going on now? You just finished the 19 class, and I hear players are coming in for unofficial visits already?
Yeah, well, you got an elite junior day this Saturday at LSU. You know, it's going to be mostly commitments and kids locally with offers and kids who could get offers. I don't know if the number is going to be 25 or 50, but I'd be shocked if it goes over 35 or 40 from what I understand. You know, I talked to Max Johnson, LSU's quarterback commitment last night, and did a nice story on him and for this afternoon. And
he's out recruiting already, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's out. You know, he says he's working Twitter, and you know, he said it's my understanding LSU wants to recruit more nationally this year, so I'm going to get out there and help LSU is what he said. So he's firm, and of course, what I thought was amazing was he hasn't actually met T.J. Finley yet, so they'll meet for the first time this weekend, the two quarterback commitments. What's been interesting is LSU's been out extending offers to other quarterbacks across the country. So I don't know if they're just doing that to, you know, because you never know what can happen. But
right.
They're not resting because there's no way they're taking three.
No, but you may not get both. I mean, somebody may change their mind. It happens all the time, as you well know. We've talked about the class in state. It's a heavy defensive line class. Is that correct?
That's it. And, you know, Coach Orgeron said it, you know, a month or two ago that it was all defensive line, defensive line, defensive line. And that was his focus to round out 19. He came up short, but 20 certainly has a lot here in the state. You know, obviously got Jaquelin Roy already committed from UHI, Cameron Jackson from Haynesville. But, I mean, he's a 6'6" kid. And when I see him, I think he reminds me a lot of Rosenthal, who's already been moved to the offensive line. So Jalen Lee from Live Oak and Walker got offered 2 weeks ago. He's another good one. Jacobian Guillory, arguably the #1 overall player in the state at Alexandria. And you got Keenan Caldwell up at Oak Grove, who's been LSU several times. Doesn't have an offer, but he's got a lot of SEC offers already. So this state has them all, but certainly there's going to be pressure. You know, Guillory in Alexandria's flat out said it's A&M, LSU in Bama, not in any particular order. And Roy went to Alabama for a junior day 2 weeks ago. Of course, he tweeted out a day or two ago that just because he went to Alabama doesn't mean that he's not firm to LSU.
All right.
But, of course, his teammate Christian Harris is there, and defensive linemen receive more recruiting pressure than any other position, and particularly when they're as good as the ones that Louisiana has for 20.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. I'm curious, why did Ed Orgeron make such an overture about heading up to Baltimore, Maryland, and the reception he got there? What's going on in Baltimore, and is that a viable opportunity there for LSU?
You know, look, you go where there's players at, maybe you have connections. Look, just like you got Bradford from Michigan. You get Burrow down here as a grad transfer. Who on your staff? Where did they coach previously? What relationships do they have? LSU, the last kid who was a part of the 19 class from the Mobile area. Well, there's a coach on that staff that's from LSU. So, there's coaches all along the Mobile area that have ties to LSU. So that's part of how that happens.
I know Baltimore's famous for crab cakes, and we've got crab down here, so maybe that's a connection there. What are you hearing?
I've been to Baltimore twice, and the food's awful.
No, well,
you can bring them down here.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but yeah, okay, I got you. What are you hearing about the newest addition on the LSU coaching staff? Is he going to be a recruiter, or what is their plan for him?
You know, that was something that I asked Max Johnson about last night. He got a chance to talk to him on the phone briefly. He was actually in town 2 weeks ago for another visit. Huh. I mean, he continues to come. Of course, his dad is Brad Johnson, former NFL quarterback. So, I mean, he's going to be back down here twice within 3 weeks. So that's a good sign. But he was all excited because he'll get to meet him in person this Saturday. But he did say, the new RPO wrinkle into the offense, and we'll get a look at that because spring practice is right around the corner.
Yeah, Joe Brady is the coach we're talking about.
Yes.
Mike, basketball, Will Wade. We know the big win at Lexington. Got to go to Georgia. Got to stay on top of that thing. Will Wade getting more conversation and attention each and every day. LSU's going to have to pay the guy, as they say.
Well, yeah. Look, nobody's going to catch Calipari at almost $8 million. But when you look around the league and what the salaries are, you've got a lot of guys that are in the $2.5 million to $2.9 million range. Wade's at $2.5. Barnes is at $2.25. You know he's about to get bumped up.
Right.
But if you're going to have, this worry and you can't listen to a talk show without somebody calling in and saying, well, how long can you keep him? Is he happy, etc. I don't know if he has to, win a second-round game, make it a Sweet 16 or whatever, but if you're serious about holding on to a young coach who's recruiting like crazy and just won on the road at Rupp, do you do the minimum and get him right at 3 because or do you split the difference between where he's at now and where a Calipari is and make a long-term decision? Because but if you go much higher than what would be logical, the next step up, you're in Ed Orgeron territory.
Right, 3+, yeah.
A lot of basketball to be played. It's going to depend upon what happens come tournament time. Look, Calipari gets $24,000 a night in that arena. That's a big difference. But no, Will Wade has done an outstanding job. Don't get me wrong. But let's play this thing out and see. But he's happy. He's happy. But he wants some new things done facility-wise, much like Nick Saban wanted things done facility-wise, and it's up to LSU to act upon that. Let's see how quickly they do.
Well, and look, it always seems it always proves itself out. The old axiom: you got to spend money to make money, and or if you build it, they will come. So, yeah.
Well, if you saw the latest,
I don't see anything in Will Wade that makes me think that there's going to be a nice run here and then a year or two downturn. And I think it's going to be steady, but that's me.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I really do.
Mike, tell us what's happening at TigerBait.com. The basketball, the baseball, the softball. You got, obviously, football never stops. Tell everybody what they're going to get and why they should subscribe today to TigerBait.com.
That's it. Go to TigerBait.com. Got a lot of free baseball. Brian Lazar's got 2 baseball previews up there, pitchers and fielders. We've got football recruiting, of course, junior day this weekend. We've got Under Armour coming up. We've got the opening coming up, the start of spring football practice, of course, all our basketball coverage. And there's no premium site out there covering LSU baseball the way we do. So for $1, tigerbait.com, you get 30 days. Check us out. I think you'll enjoy the website.
Thank you, Michael.
All right.
Go get some rest, man. Get some rest.
Next week.
All right, there, Mike Scarborough, tigerbait.com. We highly recommend that. Appreciate Mike giving us his time every week.
Again, on the Will Wade thing. I don't know
that.
what he has left on his contract. And LSU will certainly address this. Attendance is up. But if you look at the numbers now, expenses have gone up. LSU spent more money. That bottom line has gotten a little bit narrower. So they've got to really be careful on what they do and be prudent. Even though the SEC paid out, what was it, $40 million
a lot of millions.
per school. So, but look, Will Wade's doing it. Let's let this season pan out. Joe Oliva's no fool. Joe Oliva was in Lexington, Kentucky. He sees what's going on. He's a very good coach. He is recruiting at a high level. So let's let the season pay out, and let's see how far they go, and they'll address it at the appropriate time.
Yeah, there's a time and place for everything, and there'll be a time for that. Right now, the focus has got to be the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday. Get that done. Come home for a 3-game stand.
Tom Crean would wish that he had just could play the guy that he just got, one of the top recruit in the country. It was down to Kentucky and Georgia. The kid lives in Atlanta, wanted to stay close to home, a 6'5" shooting guard. So Tom Crean, again, look, there's really good coaches in this league that all are out there recruiting. It is tough to do it year after year after year, but that's what Kentucky does, and that's why the win over Kentucky in Lexington so significant.
We'll take a break, come back with much more, a little more baseball when we return after this pause. We're spreading the roar on Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We continue here at Scoreboards, and it's about to get better as they are bringing some boiled crawfish.
well, thank you so much.
Outstanding size.
Look at that. That's
for
awesome.
February.
Corn, potatoes, got it all wrapped up in one nice
Wait,
little...
let Marty get a shot of that, Joey. Peel your left shoulder back a little.
see.
There we go.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
Jordy's displaying for you.
Wow, that's a gone pecan right there. That's
Thursday
history.
night, come get it. Come get it.
That's history.
Don't wait. Little boiled crawfish here at Scoreboards
Nice
on Corsi
size, too.
Boulevard.
My goodness gracious. That's
good
great.
stuff. Good
Great
stuff.
Yes.
Hey, everything else that's here, we talk about the bread pudding, but they got everything you can imagine. Kid-friendly, kids menu. And Jordy's going to eat some
I'm gonna wait.
crawfish. But
I'm
hey,
gonna
Jordy,
wait.
we're going to hear from Josh Smith and Cade Meloso, two more of the LSU baseball players, both who will be counted on heavily this year. They open again Friday night. Here's some more LSU baseball getting ready for the season here on Tigers Roar.
I said earlier, it feels like I haven't played baseball in like 3 years here, so it feels good to be back.
How does the back feel?
Yeah, it feels good. I haven't felt anything since last year against Ole Miss, and so I kind of got in a back program I was doing 3 times a week for like 5 weeks, and so I finished that. And now I have to do like 3 days a week for the rest of my life, I guess. But yeah, it's good, man.
What's it mean to be a leader on one of the top teams in the nation?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. The good thing about this team though is you got the young guys too who are kind of almost already have like that veteran leadership. So it's good to have those guys. But for me, playing shortstop, it's one thing that I have to be accountable for myself and my actions. But to come to LSU and get to play that position, be a leader for this team, it's awesome. So
Coach Mary talked about you possibly getting second to give Antonio possibly a steal. How does it feel to be able to hit second?
yeah, it's a good thing when you know one of the best hitters in LSU history is hitting before you, so you're probably going to be hitting with a guy on base a lot of the times, and it's good to get to have situational hitting in that position and get to drive in runs, but it's awesome to hit behind a guy like that, so I'm excited.
Josh, last year you went away for a while, right?
Yeah.
Came back and then aggravated it again
Yeah.
right away. You feel pretty confident that's not going to happen again?
Yeah, so I mean, I played the whole fall. So I first rehabbed it during the summer, felt good. Played the whole fall. I've been swinging all over Christmas break and felt good, throwing, fielding, and I think I'm 100%. I know I'm 100%, so it's good to be back.
What's the toughest thing about last year? I mean, do you toss and turn at night? Did you just frustrated? I mean, what's the toughest thing about not being able to help your team?
Honestly, yeah, I would go to sleep at night. I'd stay up for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, just couldn't sleep, kind of wondering if I was going to play again. I know guys have had back injuries before, and it's taken them 2-3 years to get back into it, but mine wasn't too bad. It was only 6 or 7 months, something like that, and I'm happy to get back, and it's time to go. So
you were wrestling with, am I going to play baseball again?
Yeah, for a little bit. I mean, it'd be dumb not to say that. I mean, it took me, I was getting better, and then I'd have a setback, getting better, have a setback, but this past fall gave me some confidence, and then up to now it's gave me some confidence. So,
what excites you about taking a look around and this team and this personnel?
Yeah, definitely the guys coming back. That were the guys, the draft guys, the Hess and Watson and Duplantis. Those guys are leaders for our team, and to get those guys back is special. It's just like the team in 17 getting that, and the young guys, Bianco, those guys are going to step up for us this year, and also seeing Hal and Brant come through, grow up, and mature a little bit, and then having one of the best players in the country, Daniel, out there in left field is going to help us a lot too. And we got 2 catchers that are going to do pretty well for us.
So how does it feel to be, compared to Bregman at short?
Yeah, I mean it's a good comparison, but that guy is, like I said earlier, he's MVP candidate in the MLB, so it's great for coach to say that, but I mean I got a lot of work to get to there, and but that guy is a role model for us. We all look up to him. He plays the game the right way, but it's pretty cool. But we got a lot of work to do.
Do guys like Bregman and maybe Kramer's, people like that, come back and give y'all advice from time to time?
Yeah. Kramer came back, I think, pretty recently. He was out here. If you didn't see on his Instagram, talking about him working hard late at night. No, I was kidding. But yeah, he comes back. Him and Cole come back. Bregman comes back a little bit, but just to have those guys, kind of the guys, the stepping stones, they came through first, and it's fun to have those guys around.
Josh, your injury was your back?
Yes, sir.
What have you done about that? Those can be chronic, and what kind of things have you done? And
yeah, so I got on a back program. I was doing it for was in it 3 times a week for 5 weeks, and so once that was done, I was able to return to activity, and then so I've been doing for 4 weeks or for the rest of my life. Actually, I have to do like 3 days a week. So
what kind of program is it? Stretching or
stretching and a bunch of just core exercises. So just a bunch of dead bugs, stuff like that, just to try to strengthen up the core and get the back muscles engaged.
What describe these exercises? Like what exactly?
Yeah, like dead bugs, sit-ups. I mean, I couldn't technically do it. Yeah, I would have to lay on my back. So I guess like crunches and stuff like that. So it's pretty intense, but it's got me to where I am right now. So.
Do you feel any effects? Do you feel any leftover?
No, I feel 100%. I went throughout this whole fall, this whole spring, or this whole winter, and felt good. So I'm excited to get back.
Had they been a problem before last year?
No, I'd never had it, and I think it was just maybe from time. But talked to a lot of guys that after they got on this back program, they came back 100%. So I'm pretty confident in it.
And how are you swinging the bat? Where you want to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good. We got a lot of time. We got 3 weeks before the season, so still time to get better, work on some things. But Sean's been pretty helpful for me, and feeling pretty good. I'm glad to honestly get back out, just swinging the bat, and but it feels good. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
When was the first time you were able to get back and swing?
Honestly, I think it was the beginning of this school year, beginning of the fall. I came back and swung and felt good. I was a little nervous at first, but ever since then, felt good.
No setbacks between then and now?
No, I haven't felt anything since last year when I tried to come back and play.
Did you rehab at all with Walker? Was Walker rehabbing with you at all?
We didn't rehab much together, but we were hanging out every day. He's my roommate, so we were coming to the games together, driving together. So.
Tell me how he handled last year, because he knew he wasn't coming back.
Yeah, that's one guy that you kind of look at and you're like, dang, like you want to work like that guy, because he went through a tough time. He got injured at the worst part of the year, and for him, talking to him, I knew he was going to come back. He's going to get better. He's going to work harder than ever, and it was fun to see him progress and get back to where he is. I know he's worked hard for us this year, and he's gonna be a guy for us this year, and we're looking forward to seeing him pitch again.
Could you sense how hard it was for him to get hurt in the College World Series? Could you something?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk much about it, but I mean, knowing him, he's a competitor. He's a football guy. He grew up in Texas football, so I mean, I know it hurt for him, but he's a vital part of that team for us, and he's going to be a big part for this year's team.
Did he struggle with it at first?
No, he's not the type of guy to get down on himself. He's a confident guy. He knew he had a long road ahead, but he put his head down and went to work, and that's one thing about him that everybody on this team loves.
Where you see him right now as far as where he is pitching wise?
Yeah, I honestly haven't seen him pitch too much, but just knowing what kind of guy he is, I think he's going to be all right. So.
Are you excited for your first at bat on the 15th?
Yeah, dude, I'm probably going to be shaking, but we'll get that first at bat over and then get ready to go.
Coach said that after today, no talking about Omaha and that kind of thing, just day to day. Is that?
Yeah, so I mean, everybody knows that's our ultimate goal for it, but we're going to come out here day by day, each one game at a time, starting with ULM, and those guys are going to be good, and we're getting ready to play those guys, so we'll see how it goes.
Omaha's the ultimate goal, but what's your personal goal for the season?
Stay healthy all year, honestly. I mean, I want to do everything for this team. I'm not a big personal goal guy, so I mean, I definitely want to get to Omaha and win it this time. So we'll see how that goes. But definitely, I want to stay healthy and be out there with the guys every day.
Kind of just juggling some faces in and out. Huh?
Right.
How's that going?
It's going well. We compete our tails off every single day, and just really make each other better, which is the whole scenario of things, trying to make people around us better, which is really good for our team.
What's it been like just so far to be here to put that uniform on?
Oh, it's been a dream come true. I've been a fan since I was a little kid and dreamed of this moment, and it's been everything I expected and then some, and it's the greatest place to play baseball in the country for college, so really excited to get to do that every day and come out to this beautiful yard.
Now, Drew has a unique but yet understandable, perhaps. Did you see him wearing any Ole Miss stuff?
Yeah, he's one of my roommates, so he has like 18 years worth of Ole Miss gear. So he wears it around a little bit, and we give him some crap about it, but it's all friendly.
Your first game in the box is about 3 weeks away. What are you
Right.
looking forward to most?
I mean, everything really. The fans are going to be going nuts. This place is going to be rocking. Trying to win a game against UL Monroe opening night, and just really ready to get things going towards the season, see what this team can do and what we're made of going forward.
I'm sure you've been asked, but what's the competition like at first base?
It's really tight right now. Yes, sir. We got 4 of us over there. We got me, CJ, Drew, and Gavin around here somewhere. But it's really tight, and we push each other every single day, and we're all over each other, just making sure we're doing our stuff and getting the work done that Coach wants us to do.
What are some of the differences between all of you guys?
I think we bring something different to the table, each of us. I mean, me and CJ bat left-handed, while Drew and Gavin bat right-handed. And each of us are like different levels of athletic, and I think we just bring something different to the table that a team can use.
Who's the most athletic?
I would say CJ's probably the most athletic. Yes, sir.
So you joined the team, and the team is number 1 and number 2 across the country. But as a freshman, you feel like, well, I can't really get caught up in that because I got a lot to prove myself.
Right, yeah. You don't let it get to your head too much. I mean, it's cool to be ranked number 1 in the country, and it's cool acknowledgement that they give us to us, but you can't really think about it too much because that means you're going to get everyone's best, and we got to be ready to come out day in and day out and play our best just to make sure they don't knock us off, because we're going to have that target on our back this year for sure, and it's cool to think about it that way.
You thought about what it's going to be like when these stands are full?
We got a little bit of taste of it when we played UNO here. There were probably, this whole section right here, there's probably about 4,000 here, and my heart's racing getting into the box for the first time, but I couldn't imagine 12, so I mean, let alone 4. So I mean, it's going to be pretty exciting on the first day.
What kind of hitter are you?
Power hitter. I like to drive the ball in the air and try to hit it as far as I can.
Here we go. All right, Jordy, since we were
This is not
here,
fair. This is not
They
fair.
have put some stuff in front
not
of
fair.
you.
I can't eat it.
The crawfish.
I can smell it.
That's as good a size crawfish you're ever going to see in
I
February.
can see, there's the crawfish, there's the bread pudding. I can see it, I can smell it. I just can't taste it yet. I can't eat it yet. On the air,
I think I
gotta
can
be
give you
professional.
permission.
Can't do it.
Okay,
No.
we're almost done. We're wrapping
do it.
this thing up, but all the great things on the menu here at Scoreboards. Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest,
Not
right
fair.
next door to Anton's
Not
Fine
fair.
Jewelers.
They don't put it in front of you because you'd eat it.
No, I got my
See, I have
laptop.
discipline. I have discipline.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah,
I can control myself.
But
I can
anyway,
do it.
all right, kind of wrapping things up. Big win for the basketball team in Lexington Tuesday night. Will Wade right out there recruiting on Wednesday morning. Georgia Bulldogs Saturday. Got to keep it going. Georgia's not having a good year. Got to go get the win.
I got to make sure. Look, basketball's doing great. How about softball?
They
6 straight wins, a walk-off run on all 6 of them.
73-2 or something
Just
like that.
ridiculous what Beth Torina and that club did to start off their season.
And they have made some upgrades at Tiger Park.
Yes.
The new video boards, some more seating, some other amenities.
Joe Oliva's
constantly making it better.
Giving them what they need to be successful. Just be successful. If not, they'll find somebody else that can. But turns out to be a great hire. Baseball starting with all the expectations, as well as it always is. Now we'll just see how this baseball team pans out. Long way to go.
And of course, don't forget Ed Orgeron and the Tiger football team.
yeah.
Spring practice kind of around the corner a little bit, but we'll see what happens with all that. For the first time, Jordy, and I don't know how long, you go into spring practice knowing who the quarterback is. Maybe you got to go back to Zach Mettenberger before you knew that before.
You do a radio show, you know I'm maybe a little bit biased, but isn't it great when basketball's good?
It's
It
outstanding.
really is. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. No, it's, and you know, LSU basketball fans and you and all your former players that played before or after you, whatever. You know, there was always that little lull for a couple of years. They all respected Johnny Jones. He tried, it didn't work. But now it's you got to have a little bit of pride in you.
I got so tired of hearing we can't wait till baseball season. We can't wait till well, the heck with that. Baseball's coming, but let's get through basketball. It's like, I mean, come on, let's go.
Well, this basketball team, I mean, who saw 10-1 in the league coming? Who saw 20-4? The win in Lexington for the first time since 2009, and first time beating a ranked team on the road since you guys did it in 1980.
Boy.
Yes. 1980. Wow. You had 10 points that night. No three-pointers.
No three-point line. No shot clock.
Who led
Joe B. Hall coaching, Dale Brown on the other side. They hated Coach Brown.
Ethan Martin, Rudy Macklin.
Rudy, yeah.
Was Scales there?
Scales was there. Yeah, it was a good team. Good
Cookie
team.
Man.
Yeah, very good team.
Oh man,
very good team.
You guys had some talent, no doubt about that.
Some players.
So anyway, hey, want to remind you about Scoreboards. You got the 3 shows on Tuesdays.
Seriously.
The Roger Kadar
Really?
show.
Can I just?
You got Sports Update with Kate.
Okay.
Good Rockin' Tonight with Mike Shepard of the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. He's got Don Rich next week, Chris Lamar a week after that. Tuesday nights are becoming a big thing, especially if you love music. Get on out here for that Louisiana Music Hall of Fame show, hosted by Mike Shepard. It's called Good Rockin' Tonight. Go to the events tab on the Facebook page of Scoreboards. All that stuff's laid out there. Then, of course, on Wednesdays, all you Jaguar fans, Overtime with Roman Banks at 6:30, Tigers Roar at 8 o'clock.
They always have a great crowd.
All here on the
give
sound
credit,
stage.
Give credit to the
Jaguar
Southern fans, the
showing
Jaguar
up.
Nation and all. They always show up in force.
Yeah, so that's
They
a good thing. So a lot happening here. The ball crawfish this week. Steak night coming. I mean, a lot of things happening there. It's coming. It's coming. It's been coming for a while, and it just keeps going in that way. So make a point to stop by, whether it's happy hour, bring the family in, all the games on all the TVs. If you're sitting here and can't see a TV, that's your own fault.
And we got through a show without having to mention
what?
Anthony Davis and the Pelicans.
Ooh,
what a
mess.
nightmare. What an absolute. They're all in Cancun already. They don't care. They want to go to. It's the All-Star break coming. They got one more game Thursday against Oklahoma City. Oh, is that going to be bad? And then it's off to a break, and they need a break badly.
Yeah,
and we need a break from the Pelicans. We really do.
That's a mess down there, and we can save that for some other time. All right, we want to thank Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Thank the folks here at Scoreboards. It's always fun to be here. You're invited out each and every time there's a show here, including Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Get on by Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood. Jordy Hultberg, as always, get into the bread pudding. Don't touch the crawfish. On behalf of everybody on the Pelican crew, it takes a lot of people to make this happen. Appreciate you spreading the roar and watching Tigers Roar from Scoreboards.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart.